You're anxious because you're overestimating threats. Anxiety is simply the overestimation of threat. It's when we make things so big in our head. And it's often when we have too much time to think about things too. And it's often the times where we don't have much time to think about things. Is when we just take action. We don't think about things and we just do it. And if you're anxious, there's nothing wrong with you. It's simply a defense mechanism. It's a response. There's times in our lives where we really need to be anxious. We could simply just walk off the edge and fall off the building. That's the time to be anxious, because that's real danger. There is real danger. But so many times our defense mechanisms kick in and we almost get tricked into thinking that there's danger. But so much of the time there is no real danger. So we need to save these anxious times when we're really in danger. And we need to stop overanalyzing things, basic things in our lives. But it's also why we need to chase things out that scare us. Because there are things that we're scared of and we have anxiety of simply because we've learned them. Some things need to be unlearned. If there's something that's safe, that scares you, seek it out and do it. It's normal to feel scared and anxiety, but by seeking out those things that make you anxious, you become better. And it's not necessarily the mad, scary things like scariest ride at Fort Park or, having a boxing match, things like that. It's not even things like that necessarily. Sometimes it's the small, minuscule things. The things like walking down the street and standing with your shoulders upright, looking someone in the eye when they're walking past you, shaking someone by the hand and looking at them in the eye, giving them a firm handshake. Sometimes it's the little things, shaking someone's hand, looking them in the eye, giving them eye contact, not shying away. And so much of the time we put energy into thinking, what do other people think? But so much of the time people don't really care. Anxiety is something that can be managed. If you're seeking out healthy outlets, you'll be growing and your anxiety will be banished. You won't have anxiety in the future. Anxiety is a normal thing, but by pushing yourself, you will gradually become a person that is not anxious anymore. If you're someone that finds a toxic outlet and goes, okay, well, I do this, I have a drink. When I feel anxious, I have a drink. Well, you're not solving your anxiety, are you? But if you're anxious and you go, okay, well, I'm gonna try some breathing exercises, you're gonna help your anxiety. It's so much related to breath as well. Anytime I'm feeling anxious, I take a deep breath and it relaxes you. But not only does that deep breath relax you, but it also takes your mind off the situation, gives you something to focus on. You might be overanalyzing something. Okay, well, stop thinking about it, take the deep breath, and now you're gonna be fine. It's like walking down the road, walking past someone. In your past, you might have walked past them and then analyzed, okay, is this person giving me strong eye contact? If they're giving me eye contact, I'm gonna look down. I'm gonna avoid eye contact. I'm not gonna look at them. I'm gonna avoid the threat. This comes from overanalyzing. Take the deep breath. Give 1 second of eye contact. Don't make it weird, but give the eye contact. Stand with your shoulders up and walk past them. Like little things that we don't realize. We think that they're so minuscule and they don't matter, but they do matter because it carries over into every area of your life. If you can control your anxiety, realize that it's a defense mechanism. There's nothing wrong with it, but realize that I can control this. It's a powerful skill because everything can be controlled with the deep breath, with self-positive talk. It means that you can go into any situation in your life that makes you feel scared. You could be given a public speech to thousands of people, but with employing these tactics, you can simply reduce the anxiety in your head, make yourself calm. If that public speaker starts getting on stage, doesn't take any deep breaths, and then starts looking at all the people in the crowd and then thinks, what could go wrong? Obviously, they're going to get anxiety and they're going to start stumbling their words. Anxiety is thinking what could go wrong, not what could go right. Of course, when you think what could go wrong in big situations, of course you stumble because you think of what's on the line, you think of the jeopardy. Think of the difference of playing a football match in Sunday League versus playing in the Champions League final. The Champions League final, every single person in the world is watching. That's why the biggest mistakes happen on the biggest stage. That's why the biggest comebacks happen, because people shit themselves. But we don't need to. We need to just stay calm, stop overanalyzing the situation.